Hey everyone, welcome! Today we're diving into an incredible tool that's honestly a game changer for pixel artists and indie developers. It's called SpritePile 2.0, and its whole mission is to let you turn your awesome 2D art into full 3D models without the usual headaches.
You know the feeling, right? You've designed this perfect 2D character or maybe a cool item for your game, and you just wish you could, pop it into 3D. But then your brain pictures learning some massive complicated 3D program, and suddenly the whole idea just fizzles out. Well, that exact problem is what we're talking about today. So here's the game plan. We'll start by properly meeting SpritePile 2.0 to see what it's all about. Then, we're going to crack open its creative toolkit and see all the cool features inside. After that, we'll look at the super simple workflow, hear from actual creators using it, and finally, I'll show you exactly how to get your hands on it.
All right, let's get right into it. What exactly is SpritePile 2.0, and why is it such a big deal for 2D artists who are curious about jumping into 3D?
The whole idea behind it is all about ease of use and flexibility. Look, it's not trying to be this super complex 3D modeling program. Instead, it's like a bridge, a really intuitive one, that takes you from the 2D canvas you already know and love straight into the world of 3D. It does this using a simple layer system, which, come on, every digital artist already gets that.
So what can you actually make with this? Well, a ton. You can create those cool blocky voxel models, think 3D pixels, that are perfect for your next indie game. You can craft some really unique digital art pieces. You can even design models to send to a 3D printer. And if you're sticking to 2D, it's fantastic for creating what are called Sprite stacks, which give your game this awesome pseudo 3D look.
Okay, so you get the big picture, right? But what are you actually working with when you open the program? Let's take a look at the creative toolkit SpritePile 2.0 puts right at your fingertips.
Now this is maybe the most important part. The whole drawing experience is meant to feel, well, familiar. It works just like you'd expect from any 2D art software you've ever used. So there's no steep learning curve just to figure out how to draw a simple line.
You've got all the essentials you'd expect, your pencil, your brush, your shape tools, the whole gang. But the real magic is in the clever stuff. There's a 3D bucket fill that lets you color entire chunks at once, and the symmetry tools, they can literally cut your modeling time in half. It's a tool set that feels comfortable, but is built specifically for this 2D to 3D workflow.
All right, every artist needs their canvas, and this is where your creations are born. The system here is really the foundation of everything, combining a huge canvas with that layer system we talked about, which is the key to building up your 3D model, one 2D slice at a time.
And don't let the simple interface fool you. The tech specs here are pretty beefy. The canvas can be up to 1024 by 1024 by 1024. That is a massive space to work in. The onion skin feature is a lifesaver for seeing how your layers line up. And of course, you've got your grids and axes to keep everything perfectly aligned.
Okay, so we've seen the tools, we've seen the canvas, but how does it all actually work together? Let's look at the process from start to finish, because this is where the sheer simplicity of SpritePile 2.0 really shines.
Honestly, you can boil the whole process down to just 3 steps. You can start with a blank canvas or import 2D art you've already made. As you're working, you get a live preview in both 2D and 3D, which is amazing. And then when you're happy with it, you just export it. That's it. It's so streamlined.
And speaking of exporting, you've got options for whatever you need. For game developers, you can pop out optimized OBJ files that are ready for your game engine, or even traditional sprite sheets. If you just want to show off your cool new creation online, you can export animated GIFs or a sequence of PNGs right out of the box.
Now, it's one thing for me to tell you how great this software sounds, but what do the people actually using it think? Let's check out some real feedback from creators who are using SpritePile 2.0 in their own projects.
I just love this one. It gets to the heart of it, right? It's not a chore to use. It's actually fun. That feeling of just enjoying the process of making stuff for your project, that's what every creator is looking for in a tool.
And this review right here, this is huge for game developers. Anything that makes the art pipeline smoother and more intuitive is an absolute win. It saves time, it reduces frustration, and it just lets you focus on being creative.
All right, let's say you're intrigued. You see the potential, and you're thinking, okay, I want to give this a try. So how do you get started on your own 2D to 3D journey? Let's break down your options.
Okay, this is super important. You have a choice. You can actually go and try the original SpritePile 1.0 completely for free on Steam. It's a great way to get a feel for the basic idea. But if you want all the new, powerful features we just talked about, then SpritePile 2.0 is the paid upgrade, and that's also on Steam.
And here's a little pro tip for you, especially if you're on a budget. Keep an eye on Steam. The software has gone on sale for as much as 30% off before. So if you time it right, like during a big summer or winter sale, you could snag it for a really good price.
But honestly, this might be the best tip of them all. You can basically try the full version completely risk-free. Thanks to Steam's awesome refund policy, you can buy it, play around with it for up to 2 hours, and if it's not for you, you can get a full refund. It is the perfect way to see if it really clicks with your workflow.
So there you have it. A really powerful but super intuitive tool that just tears down the wall between 2D and 3D art. With the barrier to entry this low, the only real question left to ask is, what amazing thing are you going to build first?